כל השנה הלכות בכל יום מובטח לו שהוא בין העולם הבא בעזרת השם. Today is the second day of the month of Av. Thursday, 5th day of the week of Parashat Devarim. Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll be discussing two mitzvot today. Mitzvah number 511, you're not allowed to do witchcraft. And mitzvah number 512, you're not allowed to pronounce charms of the witchcraft. And mitzvah today are sponsored, Be'ezrat Hashem. לרפואה שלמה לכל חולי עמו ישראל ובכללם לחיה בת לאה, יוסף חיים בן מפרד, and רפואה שלמה לכולם. שלא נשתדל בכל מעשה כשוב כלל. There's a prohibition to do any part, any sort of magic or witchcraft. As it says over there in Dvarim, chapter 18, Pasuk Yud, number 10, Lo yimatzeh becha, you should not find between you, umechashef, and witchcrafter, crafting. ועניין הכישוף ידוע לכל דרך כלל שיעשו בני אדם תחבולות בני מספר ומספר במיני עשבים ואבנים והרבה מן הדברים שמשתמשים בהן בני אדם אלו עם אלו. So now everybody, the rabbi says it's a vast knowledge what magic is, or this black magic, witchcraft is. There are people who know how to mix mixtures of certain herbs and saying certain things and trying to achieve certain goals. ומהם שיכוונו המעשים הרעים ההם בעתים ידועים ובחדשים מכוונים לאותם מלאכות. And also they are concentrating to specifically do it in a certain time of the year, certain days of the year, certain months and weeks, and certain stars appear, and they do it corresponding to those stars. ומכל אלו הדברים המוגנים והמכוערים הרחקנו התורה, and from all those things that are despised, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is distancing us from it. תכלית הריחוק כי ההבל המה. Hashem is distancing us from it completely because they're actually empty air. ואין ראוי לעם קדוש מחזקי דת האמת לתת מחשבה בחירואים אלו רק בעבודתו עליהם. And a holy nation such as ours is not, it's not feasible for such a holy nation to be busy with this nonsense. כי הוא ישלים כל חפץ עמו לטוב בחסותם בשמו הגדול ושומם כל מבטחם ומשענתם על חסדיו לבד. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us constantly just to be busy, to be relying on Him, and not to think that there is any other strength or kohot in this world. Okay? ומיות העניינם אלו רחוקים מאוד וכאורים לפניו ברוך הוא, והם ניצוץ מענייני עבודה זרה, and we have to know that these things are very distant from the holy of holiness, Hashem, and actually he says they're in them with all this witchcraft and black magic and all those things, they have a lot of idol worship entailed into it.
But what happens is it's not fair to say.
Okay? הזהרנו על זה בלאו. And therefore Hashem, because it's involved, could also involve the Avodah Zarah, idol worship, Hashem comes and distances us with a prohibition of Torah. V'chayav skila. And a person who does anything with this witchcraftery is actually going to be chayav, to be put to death, like doing idol worship, and he's going to get killed by a stoning. Somebody went ahead on purpose and does witchcraft in any form, knowingly that it's not allowed, and given a warning, he will be put to death for that crime. And if somebody did it by mistake, didn't know that this was prohibited, right? Therefore, he has to bring a sin offering, a goat for a sin offering. וגם מחומר העניין הזהיר הכתוב בזה מבשאר העבירות על הבית דין שלא למחול לעובר על זה, כמו שנאמר, מכשפה לא תחיה. And it says over there also that you shall not let a witchcrafter stay alive. It also sounds like that there is actually, we should seek them out and kill them. The language is that we go ahead and we, those guys with in Coney Island in Brooklyn, we had this. Oh no, we have here also. They call them some psychics.
Psychics, oh yeah.
Yeah. They put your hand out and they check your hand. Palm readers and all those things. Sounds like that would be a problem.
Yeah, no.
That will be a problem of skila. No, the question is, can you keep them alive? Yeah. We're talking about murdering them. So that's the chashefa lo techayeh. You're not allowed to leave them alive. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You must destroy them. Okay? וכבר דיברתי משרשי מצווה הזו בלאו דמחשבה לא תחיה בסדר ואלו. I already explained to you the mitzvah number 62. What does that mean? You should not allow a witchcraft to stay alive. דיני המצווה בקומות בתלמוד טוב בפיזור. The mitzvah already explained many places in Gemara. והעיקר בפרק 70 מסנהדרין. And obviously the most prevalent and most relevant to the issue is on chapter 7 in Masechta Sanhedrin, discusses more in detail about witchcraft. וכל שהוא דיין, על זה צריך לדעת חוכמת הקישוב. And therefore, a person who judges the cases of witchcraftery, he has to know all the rules, all the details of what witchcraft is. כדי שידע להבחין במעשה הנעשה, in order to know what was actually transpired, אם הוא ממיני הקישוב, או אולי הוא מן הדברים הנעשים בכוח טבע ובצדדים המותרים. So a person has to know exactly what is witchcraftery, if it's done naturally or done with witchcraftery. Like right now, there's a big discussion. There's a big discussion called energy healers. Energy healers today, many Rabbonim unfortunately are not educated what witchcraft is, and basically they are claiming that this energy healers are black magic. They're magicians. They're dealing with witchcraft here, and it's a big problem. It's a big problem. There is a lot of big Talmidei Chachamim who deal with the witchcraftery, and they learn the sugya of energy healers, and they say it's nothing to do with witchcraft. It actually has to do with energy, channeling energy. Kadosh Baruch Hu, there is a way that the world is created, is that we have a way to channel energy electronically. You hear? You understand? In olden days, everybody asks a question: how did they lift a rock? How do you lift a 20-ton rock in a time of pyramid building? You hear? You understand? How did they do it? Very simple. Very simple. It actually floated. It's floated. All you have to do is they had a mechanism where today they have it on a small scale. You could see a coin swiveling in the air. You ever saw that? You could take 4 batteries, make a radius around it, and you could drop a coin in between those 4 batteries. Depends how you position the batteries. The coin is actually going to be hanging in the air. You didn't see that? Yes. I seen it. Works. You take 4 batteries, somehow you channel it, or put it with another metal object on it, or copper on it. Then you could drop a 5 penny, or they do a nickel, and the nickel actually floats in the air. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are done. You don't need the heavy machinery to lift it up. They knew how to do this. In olden days, they knew how to.
Stonehenge?
Huh?
You ever heard of Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Rocks in the middle of nowhere, humongous rocks. Like
Right. How what?
How they got over there?
So that's what we're telling you how. That's how they, again, right now they're coming up with all the shtuyot that it's some kind of portals. It's not portals. Nothing to do with portals. That was a structure for Avodah Zarah. You're going to ask how did they do it? Very simply. If you have a source of energy, if you could tap into the nature of this world, and the nature of this world is electrified, you know that, right? Everything is electric. Everything is electric. The nature will work for you, right, on its own. So that's what he's saying. So if you have these energy healers who know how to tap into the energy, and they're so it's not witchcraft. That's what I'm trying to say. As I just said also in Shabbat 67 Amud Aleph, Kol sheyesh bo mishum refuah and bo mishum darkei ha'emorim. Again, if somebody knows how to heal with medications, that's not witchcraft, right? He knows. Imagine yourself people are all dying out from sickness. And this doctor comes and gives people potion, and they all heal. Oh, he's a magician. That's what it used to be in the olden days. They jump right away magic. It's not magic. He knew how to mix herbs, and it's fine. That is not אסור. וכבר דיברתי על זה ששם, בלאו דמכשפה כפי כוחי, as already explained to you many times. ודברים אלו צריכים עיון רב, כי הנה נמצא בגמרא מעשים כמה שאם לא ידענו אותם, בפיהם זכרונם לברכה, היינו אוסרים אותם משום חשש איסור זה. So again, the Gemara discusses these instances where you know certain herbs. Again, many of those things were hidden from us. Whether by intent and purpose, and there's a lot of things in this world that you could do through ma'aseh of teva, through naturally, and get things resolved. Just because we don't know certain ways how to do things naturally, doesn't mean it's witchcraft. That's what he's trying to say. ומכל מקום אשר יישא נפשו להיכנס בתחבולות אלו וידמה דבר לדבר מהדברים שיזכירו זכרונם לברכה, הרי הוא כפותח לו פתח לבוא בגיהינם. Again, if anybody who deals with witchcraftery himself, again, witchcraftery is not to mix up with natural substance that we don't know. The simplest way is witchcraftery is you're trying to overturn the nature. You hear the difference? Witchcraft is you're trying to go against the nature, but the energy, utilizing energy and healing methods of this world that are part of the nature, that you're not turning over energy, and that's mutar. That's going to be mutar. The point is trying to overturn the nature. That's a soul. Go against the nature. Go against the stream. Meaning, again, a Jew should never go with the stream. No such a thing. This is a Falschkeit Ashkenazi Torah. We actually mainstream. You know they call that mainstream? Chas v'shalom. A Jew is never mainstream. The Chazon Ish said, in order to be a real Jew, you have to go against mainstream constantly. And he always went against mainstream. If 1,000 Rabbonim say one thing, he would say, Habibi, something's wrong with it. Something's wrong. He would always say, listen, unless it's halakha and maaseh. If it's let's say government officials, and you have, like in Israel, they had hundreds of Rabbonim, big rabbis in Israel, political rabbis that were involved in government jobs, like the rabbis of the city and all those things. They were all jumping on a bandwagon. What? We should experiment on the Jews. Right now, they went through 6 million Jews being experimented in Israel, right? So all the Rabbonim over there that are political were jumping in on the bandwagon. And they're telling everybody it's okay to experiment on you. The true rabbis, the people like Chazon Ish, said no. Chas v'shalom, it's Yisur Doraita. You're not allowed to experiment on Jews. And therefore they went against the Rabbonim. Oh, well, how dare you go against the Rabbonim? Yeah. We have Chazon Ish on our side. If all the political rabbis are going on one side, to jump to the other side. But that's Ashkenazi thing, by the way. That's Agudas Yisrael. Agudas Yisrael has this policy. Agudas Yisrael, if their logo? Their logo is with a boat. It's a boat. A boat in an ocean. So I always wondered, why is Agudas Yisrael has a logo as a boat in the ocean? Because a boat can never swim against the stream. And I spoke to the vice president of Agudas Yisrael, Rabbi Zwiebel. I said, how come when there are issues of Torah, you don't fight the government that are really against Torah? And he told me point blank, Rabbi Sofer, at Aguda we go with mainstream. We never go against mainstream. We never go fight a war where we know we're not going to win. If the whole America, if the government is on one side, why should we go against it? We want to be friends with the government. So that's their policy. That's Agudas Yisrael policy, and that's against Torah. Chas v'shalom. A Jew should not ever think about what is the mainstream. What does mainstream think? You should go against mainstream. Because most of the time, not most of the time, always, mainstream is to harm the Jewish people. And right now, I got a letter, if your child is not experimented on, you cannot come to our school. Here in Florida. I sent them a letter from what's his name, signed by Mr. DeSantis, the governor himself. He says, you cannot say to the Rabbi Sofer, you cannot accept his children, because they're not part of the experiment. And the government says it's illegal. The governor of Florida says it's illegal, but the mainstream yeshiva, Agudas Yisrael mainstream yeshiva elementary school, will say our policy trumps the government's statement. we don't care what the government says because Agudas Yisrael decided that we should experiment on children before they go to school. So if you want your child to come to our school, you must experiment on that child. I told them go fly a kite. Have a good day. There's no such a thing. We're not allowing our children to be experimented on because it's Isur D'Oraita. Okay, anyway. This prohibition of witchcraftery, that you should stay away from it, it's a sur for everybody. Mitzvah number 512. What is chabor chever? Speaking charms. What happens is an individual got harmed, a bubu. He had a cut on his finger, right? And now we will see or hear something out of this world. He's talking to the bubu. He's talking to his cut. Listen to this. שנמנעו מלעשות חשבועות על שום עניין. You're not allowed to make anything that's some kind of the swearing or oaths on anything. וזה העניין, הוא שיאמר אדם דברים ויאמר לבני אדם, שאותם הדברים יועילו או יזיקו לאחד מכל העניינים. Right? Like somebody said, this is a money tree. This money tree, if you plant this tree in your house, you're going to have money. This is what we're talking about. That's Sur D'Oraita. You can't say to a to a Jew, plant this tree in your house, it's going to bring you money. That this or this is going to give you bracha. Chas v'shalom. It says in the Torah, Dvarim, chapter 18, pasuk Yud, Yud Aleph, Yud and Yud Aleph. Lo yimatzeh b'cha v'chover chaver. Chover chaver making charms. Lashon Sifri explains, אחד חובר את הנחש ואחד חובר את העקרב. כלומר, שיאמר עליהם דברים כדי שלא ישכחו לפי דעתו. Oh, sorry, that's not, 1 second, that's part of it, yeah. So he says like this, he takes a snake, or he takes a scorpion, and he says something to them, here, and he says to them that this is the way that I will want something to be remembered. That's going to be asur. Or he tells he got a cut and he says, my cut, go away and don't harm me. You hear? He's talking to the cut. He's not talking to Hashem. He's not talking to the one who caused the cut. He's emphasizing that the maybe we say to the children, "Boo boo, go away." Boo boo, go away. He's telling the children it's a friendly thing, but maybe not. Maybe it's a problem saying "Boo boo, go away." Hashem, take the boo boo away.
Hashem, take the boo boo.
Right. You cannot say "Boo boo, go away." You can't say. How many times I tell my children "Boo boo, go away"? I kiss the boo boo and say "Boo boo, go away." It's a problem. It looks like. You cannot say "Boo boo, go away." You say what? Boo boo, Hashem take the boo boo away. Finish. But you can't say "Boo boo, go away." ויש שקשור החובר חבר שמקבץ מתחבולותיו והשבועותיו נחשים או עקרבים או שאר החיות למקום אחד והכל בכלל היסוד. Or this person is playing around with gathering snakes and scorpions in order to perform certain aspect of certain perform some kind of service with them or something. That's also going to be asur, included in this isur. ואולי בני תקשה עליי והדקרסינן בשבועות בפרק ידיעות התומם שעיר של פגעים בכנרות ובנבלים אומר יושב בסתר עליון עד וקייתה השם המחזי והשם מהראה. So you might say that we have the Tehillim, right? We say certain chapters of Tehillim to stay away, the demons should stay away from me, all those things. No. So Obadiah is going to say that as long as you mention Hashem's name, that's not going to be charms. As long as you're paying attention. The whole point of what the Yisur over here is, in your charms, that you're saying Hashem is not in charge of my boo-boo. When you're saying boo-boo go away, who are you saying? The boo-boo is in charge. Yeah. But if you say Hashem, take away the boo-boo, that's the point. The point is, we don't want you to think of any other kohot, any other power, strength, and might in this world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in charge of everything. Okay? וכבר אמרו זכרונם לברכה, אז זה אסור להתרפות בדברי תורה. Okay, same thing. You cannot say the Torah learning that I'm doing now, that should be healing me. That's going to be also a problem, he says.
If he appoints somebody
Right?
to guard and keep people from harvesting,
שזה אמרו זכרונו לברכה, אז זה אסור להתרפות בדברי תורה, אבל הזכירו לומר מזמורים אלו שיש בהם דברים יעוררו הנפש וידע אותם לכסות בהשם ולהשתיק. Oh, you cannot say, Hashem, let me say Tehillim, that this Tehillim should heal me.
so you could say, oh,
You hear?
so
You cannot say that the words of Tehillim should heal me.
guardian is that it's forbidden.
Who should heal me? Hashem should heal me. I'm saying Tehillim to make a zchut, to produce like a vessel in this world. By me saying Tehillim, I'm creating a vessel for receiving a bracha, right? It's like I'm giving a sacrifice. What's the difference if you sacrifice with your money or you sacrifice with your mouth?
Get off my finger.
So that's allowed. But to say that I'm learning right now, I'm going to say a bracha so my finger gets healed with this bracha, that's going to be asur.
I've harvested
That's also
grapes,
asur.
Now I have a pile of these.
You cannot do
grapes
that.
on the table. Am I allowed to eat them?
אוקיי? ואמרתם בששם מצווה זו מה שכתבתי מצווה, אוקיי? דיני המצווה בפרק שביעי, all the rules about this in 7th chapter בספר השבת, ונוהג איסור זה בכל מקום ובכל זמן, this prohibition is for everybody, man and woman anytime, ועובר על זה ועשה והשבעות במזיד חייב מלכות. Anybody who says, חס ושלום, look at this. Hey, somebody tells you, can you say boo boo go away? Just saying that, and the people give him a warning. If he says it again, Chas v'shalom, he's going to get 39 lashes.
39 lashes?
If he said those words.
Oh.
Or he said that, Vaydaber Adonai and Moshe Nemor, and now he says, oh, this pasuk should heal me.
That
Also gets 39 lashes.
it's nominally.
All the way.
If you say in the merit of studying Torah.
No, in the merit of studying Torah, Hashem should use now this blessing that I created in this world, if possible, to heal me also. That's good.
Yeah.
Or usually to heal other people. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Tehillim and all these things. But not saying that this Tehillim that I'm saying, you hear, Rebbe? You hear the fine line he's saying? He says, if I say Tehillim, let's say I say, Vaydaber Adonai and Moshe Nemor, pasuk, right? And now I say, this pasuk should heal my hand.
It only prohibits the cutting
It's,
the
yeah,
vine.
it's asur, he says, wow.
Off the vine.
You get 30,
That's
There's no
why I have
prohibition
a big
against
thing.
eating.
I came out a couple times. I made a lot of
So if you
much,
say that,
certain rabbis, for example,
I'll
would
say
say
that
somebody
the
put a
tzibah
zohar on
on
your
your
head
tzibah.
and go refuah.
The tzibah.
So what do you mean? You want the Torah to be
harvesting
refuah?
grapes is no
Uh-huh.
different from
So that's a problem. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
So no, so he explains what you do is,
Right.
by you learning Torah, you're creating a kli, like you're creating blessing in this world, and Hashem should use that to give you blessing.
You have to tell us that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, if you make a mistake, it's a big problem.
Baruch Hashem, is that Hashem a wonderful day? Hopefully it continues tomorrow.